It's the Jill of all trades, Michelle C, aka DJ Make a Move. She cute. Your host of Kandid Kisses TV, everywhere you need to be. And if you don't know by now, it's not your typical interview, y'all.
Kandid Kisses blown away. Kandid Kisses TV for tomorrow today. Man, throw that auto-tune on that bitch. Have me sound like Teddy Payne.
Hi, this is Kim Cole, and you are rocking with Kandid Kisses TV.
It's your boy Talent, baby. Michelle and Kandid Kisses TV with my girl Michelle C. Don't take it personal.
Yo, what's up? It's bruh man from the fifth floor in the ATL, chilling with Kandid Kisses TV.
What's up, y'all? You're watching Kandid Kisses TV with my homegirl Michelle.
Hello there. Have you asked yourself what you're missing? I have. It's Kandid Kisses TV.
It is another episode of Kandid Kisses TV. I'm your girl, Michelle C, aka DJ Make a Move. I am the Jill of all trades. I'm everywhere you want and need to be. First and foremost, I need you to like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to say that one more time. Like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. Because, see, the way my analytics is set up, I see y'all looking, but y'all just not clicking the bell. It's free. It's free 99. But I am bringing you another dope talent like I always do. First and foremost, I've been knowing this gentleman for quite some time, and he has been tickling funny bones all over the comedy world, all while making you dance with his R&B hip hop workouts. And it is a workout, might I add. It ain't just fun, baby. You really get a workout because I was tired. So, introducing Mr. Alton Walker. Go ahead and drop your Instagram and all your Facebook stuff so they know.
Yeah, you can follow me, Alton Walker Show. Just search Alton Walker. Alton Walker Show all over. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everything is Alton Walker Show. And for those, keep the same Instagram and social media handle. So tired of y'all switching up. Keep the same thing.
Why do you switch it up?
People, people have something on Instagram that is different on Twitter. Just keep the same thing.
That might be their alter ego, though.
No. No.
Okay, well, let's get right on into
alter
it.
Ego.
When did you know that the entertainment industry was doing for you?
Well, I was always in drama club. Like I started in 9th grade. I was in drama club doing stage plays, and so I was already into the the art of acting and stuff like that. So I think I did my first stand-up comedy set in 10th grade, but nobody told me that you could make money in it. So I didn't even know I didn't know that's something you could make a profession. So I wish somebody would have told me. I would have started earlier.
I know that's right.
Nobody told me. I just thought, acting was where is it, I mean, still acting is where it's at, but I could have started stand-up comedy early because I did the first set, like I said, 10th grade. In front of everybody, my whole school, everybody was there.
So beyond the 10th grade, when was your first time on stage? Like when you decided this comedy thing is what I want to do. Let me get on this stage and see what I can work.
I can't really pimp because what I was doing, I was on radio. So it started off with just media. So I would host a lot of events, and I would have people ask me to host when I was in Augusta. When I went to Payne College. So Payne College, when I was in school, I would host a lot of events, all the events around the school. Matter of fact, my freshman year, they had the first talent show, and I hosted the first talent show. So ever since then, I would host everything. Everybody would want me to host their event. And then I got into mass communication, got on radio, and I was just hosting. I never knew about actual stand-up, having a set and writing. I didn't know that until I think the age of 25, 26.
Okay.
And that's when I kind of started writing because I got paid. I got paid for the first time. Somebody paid me to do like 15 minutes of comedy or something like that. And I was like, oh,
Right. Now that's one thing I had to learn just being, behind the scenes in the comedy world because I'm a writer too, but I never realized that comedians were writers. Like, I mean, because when you think of comedy, you think someone is just gonna make you laugh and that's it. Well, I always thought it was freestyling. I'm thinking they up there just clowning and acting the fool and making people laugh. And then being behind the scenes, like, oh no, they actually prepared this. It's a show.
Yeah,
So,
I didn't start writing until, like I said, 26, 27 when I started kind of, because you don't really know what you're doing at first. You just on stage, you just coming up with stuff, you playing with the crowd, and then I just, like I said, I think I went, I don't know, no, I didn't even go to the conference yet, but I would just do research.
Don't hold no secrets. What conference?
No, so they would have, I remember when I turned 30, that's when I quit my job. Okay. And then I started like, okay, if I'm gonna quit, I need to educate myself and be a student of comedy. So I remember the first comedy conference I went to. It was a gospel comedy. It was like a gospel comedy conference. Laugh Out Loud. So it was a conference, but they had a competition too. And I just quit my job and got into the conference, got into the competition, won the competition, and made $1,000. So
for you, then you was like, let's go.
It was in Atlanta, yeah. And so I was like, okay. And like I said, I just quit my job. And it just was like, okay, so I went to the conference and they started talking about, writing and all this stuff. And then that's when I realized that, okay, you're supposed to write a set and have a solid set. I think that was my first competition too. So that's when you learn to write and have a tight set.
Now, how do you keep from the nerves though? Because I mean, you've been doing it even though you weren't doing it professionally until your 20s, like you said, you started so young. How did you keep from the nerves just getting all these piercing eyes is looking at you?
The nerves kind of stopped maybe like 2 years ago. Maybe about 2 or 3 years ago, because it's just you just have a different mindset. Like, when you first start doing comedy, you want to go out there and make people laugh. You want to make them laugh. Your goal is you just want laughter. And then once you start doing it, you have this switch where it's like, I don't care if y'all laugh or not. I feel like I have something I have something to say. Okay. So like preachers, if you think about a pastor or preacher, they're going to preach their message regardless if you say amen or not.
That's right.
They would like if you say amen, but if you don't, they feel like this is a message from the Lord. So they gonna say whatever your reaction is, it don't matter. So the best comedians, when you get to that point where you don't care about the audience reaction, right? Because you just believe that what you're saying is important and it's funny and it has a message or it has a thought, then you care less about the laugh. You really don't get nervous because it's like, hey, once you bomb enough. Like everybody bomb, you fail before. So another bomb ain't gonna end your career.
So okay, I normally I try to ask people about their bomb because bombing is so horrible. What was like your I guess your epic bomb story? Everybody has an epic one. Who passed it?
Clayton State University.
Okay.
My first time I ever had a really, really bad, and I really didn't have a bad show. I got heckled for the first time.
I'm in Clayton County, so I know how hard they can be.
Yeah, so I got heckled for the first time. I never got heckled before. Okay. It was Griff. Griff was hosting. Gary Owens was headlining. And I was actually working at Clayton State as a admission counselor, and they found out that I could do comedy. Okay. So, I get up there and I started doing pretty good, but I forgot, like back then I didn't care about fashion. I just like, it don't matter what you got on, just it's whatever. Like, it's about the funny. And people used to fight me like, Alton, you got to stop. You got to be careful what you wear. I don't care, man. I used to come up stage with thermal shirts. And so this time I had a South Pole shirt on.
Okay, Lord.
So
where was this?
I didn't know. I didn't even realize I had the shirt on. And I didn't know that it was that important. But so the dude, he's well known. He was kind of heckling everybody, but it wasn't bad. He got to me and he was like, I think I got on somebody's shirt. And he was like, shirt, your mama bought you that South Pole shirt? And obviously everybody was looking at my South Pole shirt. It was so bad. I went to Twitter. And the girl said, I can't even take him serious. He got a South Pole shirt on.
Wait a minute. Hold on. How you get roasted in your set and tagged in the roast?
Dude, because I wanted to see what the students were saying about, what happened. Because after he said it, I couldn't, I was doing well. But after he said that, there was no coming back from that. So I was just like, hey, y'all, all right, y'all.
Came back from it if this, but when it catch you off guard like that, you don't know what to say. Because if
never been heckled
on your thing, you would have been like, "Oh, okay, let's go then."
But like I said, I never been heckled, right. And mind you, I worked at Clayton, so I can't say nothing too vulgar and too crazy and out the way. But I just never had heckler combat. I just never had jokes to be prepared for hecklers. I am ready for it now, and it taught me a great lesson. But I remember, man, I was hurt, man. I ran to the back. I fell on the floor.
No, you didn't.
Gary was like,
you're Maury Povich run off.
Gary was like, yeah, it happens. Gary Owens was like, yeah, it happens. I know the feeling. And, I didn't get booed or nothing. It's just, I think my comeback was, he said, your mama bought you that shirt? And I said, no, your mama bought me that shirt. And they'd be like, oh, boo. They were like, oh, the comeback wasn't good enough. And that's when I realized that fashion is important.
That could have worked, though. Let me tell you why it could have worked. If you didn't have a confidence in it. You didn't have a confidence in it because you were shocked by that. If you'd have had that confidence in it and stood on it, be like, yeah, nigga, your mama bought me. See, then they would have been like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it was no confidence at all. It was like a pause. Your mama bought me this shirt. Yeah, that was epic, man, because there was college students. And yeah, I never get that. And I remember I came with all kind of excuses because I used to be a clean comedian, like straight clean. And
you're not no more?
Not really. I mean, some of my material is, is not PG, but your life is not PG.
Do both, because most people can't do both.
Yeah, I can do both, but it's just being straight church and straight clean. Sometimes you can't talk about certain topics. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I mean, our life ain't always PG anyway, man. Absolutely PG. So, I'm not quite all that clean now, but it's just I have jokes about going to a strip club and messing up a threesome and stuff like that. But it's real life stuff.
But that's the thing. It's like everybody's life is not all the way clean. But when you present yourself as a clean, comedian, when you say something out the way, it's kind of like, wait a minute, I ain't used to that. So you got to figure out how to kind of gracefully get into it. Be like, yeah, I'm real and I'm human just like you.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a turning point. Like I said, I remember I tried to come up with all kind of excuses. I was like, yeah, this it was so nasty. The other comedians was so vulgar, man. I'm a clean comedian. I'll come with all kind of excuses. And I just had to realize, bro, you just weren't ready, and get back, dust yourself off, try again.
That's it.
And I almost quit that day. I ain't gonna lie.
You can't quit off of one little Negro in the audience.
Look,
what?
I almost quit that day. I remember that. I was like, I don't think this for me.
Now I will say this, because a lot of times people will sit there and say, well, you do a lot of stuff. Why don't you get? I know acting and stuff like that. That's the lane that I want to be in. But I can understand when people say I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit. Because ain't no way in the world I think I can get on stage and have somebody say something to me without me wanting to fight them. Because that's the difference. Yeah. It's just like, okay, well, I don't know if I want to do this no more. I'll be like, meet me outside. Yeah.
I mean, like I said, you gotta, it builds you. You gotta keep going through those bombs and those, But I think, like I said, that at the end of the day, it ain't about the jokes. Because you can say a joke today and it kills, and then tomorrow you say that same joke and it don't really work. Or it's not as effective as the crowd from the day before.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's like people. Everybody different, so the crowd's gonna be different.
It's just, crowds are different, and so I just know it's never about the jokes. It's just, sometimes it's the delivery, and like I said, the confidence. Like if you confident on stage and people know that you're confident, they gonna be with you. You know, people can see intimidation. They can see fear.
Mm-hmm.
They see fear and sense it. You're gonna lose the room. You only bomb when you lose control of the room. That's when you bomb. You don't bomb because of the jokes. It's just you lost control of the room. And so, but you got to go through that stuff. So now, like I said, maybe if it's an opportunity, if I've got to get on stage to win something, or somebody out there that could probably change my life, I may get nervous. Mm-hmm. But even in that, I had to learn with competitions and auditions, just be yourself, just do you. And if they like you, then cool. If not, then it just wasn't for you. I used to change stuff. Like I used to try to figure out what they looking for. And I'm like, you can't do that. You just got to do you. And if they like you, then you got it. But if not, then it just wasn't for you. And I got done switching stuff up.
But as I'm saying, the way the world is set up now, you don't necessarily need, you need somebody to prove to a certain extent, depending on what you're trying to do. But this quarantine, if they ain't taught us nothing else, it taught us how to be entrepreneurs. Better make your own lane.
But that's even kind of getting on my nerve now, though. Like, I'm going through this shift right now in my life, and I'm 36, and I'm realizing that we can't do everything. And this social media, this society, I forgot. I wish I could find the post, but it was like, you have to be everything now. You got to invest now. You got to get in the stock market. You got to get an LLC. You got to put out skits. You got to become an entrepreneur. And I'm like, I'm at a point now. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of we're not making people feel like you're good where you are now.
Okay.
Where you are now. But it's always people wanting something else or more. There's people with 9-to-5s that are okay. Or at least they was okay with their 9-to-5 until they listen to the person they look up to, and they said, you working a 9-to-5, you give them all your time. They be like, oh shoot, what? Like, man,
it's levels to it.
I was like, dang, I was enjoying my life. So I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do because I work a 9-to-5 now. Mm-hmm. It just is crazy. It's ridiculous.
Entrepreneurship is not for everybody. It's an acquired skill set.
Right. Everybody is not an entrepreneur. Like, why we keep pushing people? Like, we make people with a 9-to-5 feel bad.
Well, I don't, because the 9-to-5ers is the one that help me pay my bills. What if they 9-to-5? They wouldn't pay me. So
we need 9-to-5 people. What y'all, man? We need everybody. That's so right. I'm at that place now. Like, I'm just, I got so much I could do. Like the R&B workout. Like, we're one of those people, and you one of those people, like anything you touch is going to be successful.
Well, I'll receive that.
I mean, come on, think about it. Like, if you want to do makeup, anything, it's certain people that anything they touch, because of their work ethics and their creativity, they're going to be successful. Yeah. And so now I had to pull back. Even like recently, this is what I'm going through now, having to pull back and say, hey, man, come on, pick now, because you can't do the R&B workout. You can't, and then stand up, and then this, and then that. Like, you got to focus on.
You got to make it make sense for you.
Yeah, because
make a lane and figure out how it's gonna work for you.
Yeah, so it's just crazy. Everybody in the entrepreneur. I'm so tired of this entrepreneur talk. Like, God, dog, go work your 9-to-5.
Right.
Get promoted.
Your show.
Money. Stop playing, man. Stop listening to these fools. Steve Harvey told everybody to jump, and everybody jumped.
But that's the thing, though. You can jump, but you better make sure somebody down there to catch your ass. Because if you jump, nigga,
man. I jumped, but I had money saved up. I had money saved up.
That's what people don't be real. Like, yeah, I'm just gonna step out on faith. Okay, that's true. God said you can step out on faith, but He did say be stupid. Don't be dumb. In your account.
Right. Like, if it's in you, then it's in you. But I just don't want the people that got a 9-to-5 and they're cool with it and they're good, and then all of a sudden they hear all these messages about jumping and entrepreneurship, and if you work a 9-to-5, you're average, and it's like, don't do that to these folks. So I'm trying to figure out a message to encourage the 9-to-5 people to say, hey, keep going. If that's what you want to do, don't let these suckers that's talking about jumping off your job with no guidance make you feel bad about your 9 to 5?
Well, is that going to be the sermon for this Sunday?
It may be. I got to do it. I haven't done one in a long time.
Talk about your comedy sermons, honey, because listen, I'll be in there hollering.
I gotta do one. I'm gonna do one. I was gonna do. I forgot yesterday was Super Bowl. So I'm gonna do one coming up. I keep them random because everybody be like, "Man, you should do them every week." I don't want to do them every. That's another thing. Like I'm starting to do stuff when I want to do it.
That's right.
Because this last 2 years is like, man, you've been doing stuff for people, and it's not becoming fun anymore.
Right. Yeah.
You know, like when you first start doing certain things, and it's fun. But then you start doing it for people, and you know, people the demand. It's like, man, this junk ain't even fun. And you're trying to figure out what to do,
right?
And it becomes it's not fun. And so we got a new little thing. I think we're gonna make a shirt. It's called Flow Not Force. Flow Not Force. Some of your best ideas, best moments, best career, best money you made came because you were just flowing. It wasn't forced. If you think about it. It wasn't forced. Your makeup line, it wasn't forced. You just came across it.
Well, no, it was a little forced.
I'm talking about at first. At first, when you got
my force was I got sick of dealing with the person I was working with. So you know how what they say, well, if you don't leave when God tells you to leave, he'll find a way to make your ass leave.
But I'm talking about the spark of it wasn't forced.
Oh no.
That's what I'm talking about. The spark of it. It's never forced. Like your introduction to makeup wasn't forced at all.
Right.
And if you think about most of the best moments, the best connections, the best networking, the best opportunities, it wasn't forced. It was just like that.
Everything that I can say that I've been blessed with have literally came naturally. It hadn't been me seeking. It just kind of happened.
And then when you start forcing it and trying to figure it out and trying to, okay, I gotta. You like, man, I don't feel like doing this no more.
Yeah. Yes. That's absolutely. That's a word.
I'm telling you,
really a word.
So I'm trying to get myself back into flow instead of because I've been forcing because I know I can make it happen, but it's just it's just not fun. And it's sad. Somebody asked me, "What about comedy?" For a minute, comedy just wasn't fun no more.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that just with anything, because this is the problem when you're dealing with people don't even realize, even though comedy is supposed to be fun and whatever it is, but it's still a job, or it's a career and a job. So at the end of the day, you're servicing the people, and they stop checking on you. Because when I like, they'll come in, oh, all right, you better make me laugh because that's your service. And it's like, okay, make you laugh. Now it's like, okay, so now what? Do I fail? Can I make you laugh? Or would you, I need my brows done. It's 2:00 in the morning. Well, baby, listen, I'm asleep. Like, well, it's just, they don't value the service provider. All they want is what they want. They want them laughs. They want that makeup. And it's like, okay, but what about me though? Like, I'm still human.
and we in this whole council culture stuff. Like I'm just tired. I'm tired of doing stuff for people for y'all so y'all can like me. And then it's like I gotta keep doing this for y'all. And then because if I don't, y'all gonna quote unquote cancel me. And man, I'm just like, I'm done. I got to get back into the flow. And I got to get out of this force. I got to get out of doing stuff because people want it, or I feel like this is the way to do it. Everybody, you got to do these skits. You got to do this. Hey, baby, I join a skit.
Right.
I'm a connected, but me, I'm a different. My Facebook Instagram is different, Yeah. I do commentaries. I do different little stuff, but skits, I rarely do these full skits. I link up with Desi, who is a great skit writer. You see what I'm saying? So that way there's some people putting out skits. I'm like,
and see, but look, people don't, it's an art to the skits too. Because even though I could write a dope skit, but if you ain't got the right person to play the role, you'd be like, okay, that was wasted time that I wrote. I wrote something very nice and dope, and then you did that with it. Like, come on, cuz. Like,
man, I be seeing some folks, I'm like, skits is not for everybody. You don't have to do just skits. Yeah. You can do, like I said, commentary. You can do makeup tutorials. You can do it's a kid on YouTube reviews toys.
Baby, listen, I wish I could do that. So I wish I could like
$26 million a year.
I'm like, oh my God.
And
I
I
wish
started
I had YouTube back in the day. So they getting paid to play? Like,
Yo.
come on.
And I ain't gonna lie to you. The boy don't have no kind of character.
At
I
all.
ain't on him, but he just don't have no character.
But he's a kid, so he ain't really supposed to have one. He's just like,
Some kids got the personality. Like his parents got more personality than him, but it works. And my little nephew was watching it.
I gotta look her up because normally because when you follow kids, it's like that's a little weird. That sounds a little pedophilish to me when you follow. But there is one little girl that's on Instagram that I follow because when I tell you this little heifer is like I hate to call her heifer, but she cracks me up. Like I don't know how. Let me see if I can find her. It's I love Milan Marie. Have you heard of her?
I probably have to look her up.
Man, listen, she is hilarious.
Yeah.
I don't know how old she is, but she makes up songs just randomly and be singing like her little heart out. Don't be talking
about. Yeah, she be doing stuff with it. Yeah, I think I know exactly what you're talking. But yeah, she
cracks me because she naturally just has it.
Yeah,
like I'm only following you because you're funny, not because But yeah, some babies just naturally have it. I'm like that's that $1 million ticket right there.
That little boy made $26 million a year, and he just reviewed toys. There's gamers. You got, but everybody, especially when it comes to comedy, everybody's like, "Man, you got to get on these skits, man." And I'm like, so for a minute, I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna start doing skits," but I'm like, man, I could do it. But I'm just like, I feel like I'm forced to do it and I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna put out stuff that comes naturally. If I get an idea, I put it out. If I don't, I used to spend hours on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram trying to figure out what to put out. I'm like, man, I could have read a book or
right. It definitely got to be something that you want to do. It can't be forced.
Yeah, it can't be forced.
I can't let you not talk about. You got to tell me who is your deaconess or your first lady on your service.
She's never seen. She's like Desi Parlay. She's never seen. That's what I find. That's why I see it's so funny because you only hear her voice.
Man,
that's the hilarious part. People are like, why you never show
it? And I'll be like, okay, because even though it's funny, like you be dropping some words and she be like, yes, sir. I'll be like,
it don't matter what I say, she gonna say amen. But we had some arguments though. We had some arguments. Yeah. Appreciate me and her got into it a couple of times. Oh, but no, that wasn't forced. It was I don't forgot what I did. I just went live one time and started preaching to something.
Yeah.
And it just happened. And I don't even know that it was just weird. R&B workout.
Yeah.
R&B workout. I remember I had this idea and me and Zoo Man was talking about it. He was like, Alton, you just got to do it. Because I wanted to look nice. I wanted to be in the gym, want the lighting. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to do it in my living room.
Yeah.
And I did that jump in the living room. The lighting went all that great. That thing got over 12 million views.
No, let me tell you how I knew you had something though, because my homeboy that's my business partner for my game. I was sitting there. We always be clowning and acting silly, so he'll send me stuff that he find on Instagram or Facebook that's funny. And he sent me your video. I was like, yeah, it's Alton. He was like, oh, you know him? And I was like, yeah. He was like, man, that nigga's funny, bro.
They done crazy. I just put, and then so people kept commenting under is like, oh man, I'll take this class.
Right.
Like, so I put out a class. I think I put out, that video came out December 11th. I put a class out for January and I put that thing out December 25th, like on Christmas. And then I did like a $50. No, what was it? I did 50 half off or something. And that junk sold out in like 20 minutes.
Wow. Yeah, because remember I wanted to go, but you did it. Oh, it was my birthday weekend, so I was out of town. That's the only reason I didn't want to.
I can't wait to bring it back. It's just this pandemic.
Yeah,
it really threw me off. We brought it back. I was gonna bring it back at the beginning of 2020, and we did 2 events. We was getting ready to head to Augusta, sold out Augusta, and the whole pandemic happened. I had to give all them folks their money back.
No, you know what you could do that would be dope though, since everybody used to this Zoom and stuff. You can do a virtual one.
You know, people, we looking at it. And maybe have like a few people, in the room. I just got to see,
I
It's
think
nothing like the live event, man. It ain't nothing like it.
you can do it live. You can do it virtual. Well, nah, I would. Yeah, you would want to do it like because you don't want to do it live because people that didn't pay will get to see it. So I would. Yeah.
No. So when we do it, you gonna have to pay.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, no, if you did it live, then people that didn't. So yeah, you got to figure out how you gonna do it.
We looking into it to bring it back, to relaunch it.
Yeah.
Because I was having a lot of people ask. But again, it's one of the things that came that's not. I guess this whole thing is don't force it, baby.
Right.
No.
The only thing I'm gonna force is you need to let me DJ. But anyway, moving on.
I've been through a lot. I've been through 2 days. But I got DJ Mac one. He does good. He does all right.
Oh, yeah.
But now we got some dope ideas to take it to a whole nother level. I'm excited. But like I said, I'm just in a place now. It's just I'm not forcing anything. I can come. I'm a flow. I'm just gonna enjoy it. I just want to get back to enjoying this thing.
Absolutely.
You know.
You wrote a movie today. What would it be about, and what role would you give me?
I mean, I actually got a script, but I ain't gonna talk about it though. But I have a script.
You need to go ahead and write in my little part in.
I can. I really can, for real, because I have a script that I wrote that I think is a dope concept. So I'm just like I'm not gonna force it. At first I was trying to force it, but I got it and I'm holding on to it and I'm gonna figure out how to make it happen.
What the concept is, but can you tell me, is it a dramedy? Is it comedy? Is it drama? What is it? It's
of course it's comedy, but it's a dramedy type thing.
Okay.
That is very relevant right now. Okay. Very, very relevant.
Well, I'm pulling up. Just let me know what time I need to pull up.
It's just like I said, it's just that moment to present it to that person that can help me out.
That's right.
Because I've been out trying to figure it out, asking questions, and I'm like, yeah, well, I just wait for that moment because somebody's gonna say, "You got any scripts?" I sure do. Yeah.
You know what? And then what's funny is you'd be surprised where it comes from. You can. I'm gonna give you one little quick thing. Okay, so I did a meme about Dylon from the Making of the Band from
Yeah.
Did a meme about him a couple of days. Well, I did it a long time ago, but he actually saw it and liked it.
Oh,
like, oh, that's what's up. And I'm like, like people be fake on Instagram. So let me check. I was like, oh, it's really him. So you just be surprised of how you like when you just be in your own thing, and then like he randomly hit me up and was like, yeah, appreciate it, whatever. And cool dude. I mean, I wanted him for an interview, but he's like, he don't do interviews no more. But I was like, dang, that's just me being silly or whatever. And the actual person was like, what's up? So you never know.
I'm telling y'all, man, listen, I know I can't. I'm so excited. Look, I just, that's my mission. It's like, I'm going to motivate these folks because I'm telling you, it's a bunch of people that's just like, they don't know what to do.
Yeah.
God, dog, where do I start? Do I do stocks? Do I do?
Better do a class.
So I'm just trying to, I'm getting it together because I just got into this place because these last 2 years, people think that I've been, I haven't really did any projects. Nobody really, people been doing projects, but I haven't done any projects last 2 years. Kind of I just ain't been motivated. Now I've been on the road and stuff like that, but it's a lack of motivation.
Yeah.
I just wasn't inspired.
I was so surprised with a lot of, like, I've been interviewing quite a few comedians, and there was a couple that were saying they, during the quarantine, they was like depressed. And I'm like, I can see someone getting to the depressed level, but you never think about a comedian being depressed. It's like, y'all don't laugh at home. Like, what is that? my I don't know if it was, but it was like towards the end of 2019, before the coronavirus. I'm just tired. Yeah,
I'm tired, man. I'm like, I work, I push, I'm tired.
Yeah.
And so and then when the I enjoyed the quarantine. I ain't
gonna lie. At first I didn't, but I was like, you know what? I'm good. I'm okay with this.
People was like, I can't, man. I enjoyed the fact that I don't have to do anything because I can't.
Listen, tell you, I love blaming everything on COVID. Like, like they be like, can't like when we finally did come back to work, and it was like, oh, I know I ain't make no appointment. COVID, you gotta make an appointment.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it is real talk. I mean, I'm not just talking, but it's like, again, like I said, being a service provider, people don't think about your well-being, and if you're tired and you need a break or whatever.
Right.
Me. So anytime I can use that, oh no, due to COVID, we can't do. Nigga, I'm using COVID is for everything right now.
Yeah, that last year, boy, I was just like, I think me and Marvin Hunter was talking about it. It was like, because when things are open, you were just trying to figure out what to do. You was just always going.
Sure.
And I think 2020 proved that you don't have to do all that. You gonna make it. Calm down, get focused, and you'll be. So,
how did you stay motivated during the quarantine time?
I'm just rested, man. I really, like I said, I was good. I mean, I didn't experience no depression. I was already tired. So
I took a nap, and then the next day I took another nap.
I was already tired. I'm like, man, this is great. Take me a break.
Oh, you know what? I meant to ask you. Now, I know being a headliner is, I guess, every entertainer's dream. What was it like being your first time headlining?
That was at, what was I at?
That was Atlanta Comedy Theater, right?
Atlanta Comedy Theater, yep. Nah, that was dope. And it's crazy how it happened. Like, I was hosting at Atlanta Comedy Theater for like 3.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And people was like, man, why you quit? You should stay with it. And I'm like, yo. And this is before I headline. I was like, if I keep hosting here, I would never headline here.
Mm.
If I keep hosting and they already got me for the weekend, like, he's never going to give me a weekend. Ever. Right. And so I quit. I was like, okay, it's time to move on. I was nervous, because at that time I was hosting like every weekend. So the little check was nice. It wasn't much, but it's a nice little something. Mm-hmm. You get that every weekend, that's worth money, you know what I'm saying? Especially if I was in town.
Right.
So I quit, and then next thing you know it, like, it wasn't even the whole year. It was like 3 months later.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes you gotta know when to walk away. You gotta know, like, when to let it go, when to move on. And it's scary.
Yeah.
It can be scary, but you just gotta know what you want, But I knew if I stay there, I'm never gonna headline.
And then that's one thing that you don't ever do don't burn bridges. That's value. Because like I can walk away from any situation, but if I walk away, it's not because I got an attitude with you. It's just it's time for me to move on.
It's time to move on. Yeah, it's just time to move on. And Gary, me and Gary we still cool, a lot of people don't know how to work with Gary. I understand.
Gary probably just as long as you could. Before I even was doing behind the scenes, me and a friend of mine, she has a promotions company. So when when he was at Uptown, when it was on Marriott Street, we used to sponsor Friday nights. So like we always had a working relationship. And then when I would hear from the comedy side, I can't fool him, and then I'm just like, well, I don't see and then I realized not all comedians are business minded. They're just minded. They're thinking about it from business aspect. They're thinking about it from their emotions. They feel versus being on their business.
That's all. That's really what Gary's about. It's like, now some of the things that he may do, whatever. Now I don't agree with, but at the end of the day, none of the people that he works with it's not forced. It's not like he twisting your hand to sign anything.
That's right.
It's your choice to say yes or no, and move on.
That's it.
And some people just scared to say no. It's like Gary ain't about to. He could take a no, but he's business. It's like he sees money. He don't care about if you likable or funny. He even said this. I'm trying to pack these people. I'm trying to make some money. And sometimes when you think about it on the other side of things, I do believe comedy clubs have gotten lazy.
Yeah,
I do believe that because I tell you, at one club that I know that pack stuff out, Stardome will pack that thing out on a Tuesday night. Now they pay for the room, but still it's packed out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But a lot of clubs don't push and don't get that. Like, there should be comedy clubs should be at a place where it don't matter who's here, it's going to be packed.
Right.
You know, so.
And then they want you all to push, which y'all should, just because it's your show too. But like, it shouldn't always be on you.
Yeah.
Right.
And if you can't put butts in the seats, which is, like I said, on the other side of things, I get it. Like when you run a restaurant, you got employees. These employees got family they got to feed, and you can't put people in there so they can make money, then I get it. Like, but comedians don't see that other side sometimes. They be like, man, I'm funny, man. Shoot, man, he need a book. That man ain't even funny. But
it's about the funny. Who can pay the bills? That's what it's about.
I gotta keep these doors open. So at the end of the day, it's like, if I had a club, would I do that? We all say, man, I ain't gonna do that. But then when you gotta pay that rent and that mortgage or whatever, that lease, then you're gonna go call whoever that can pack it out so you can pay the bills and pay your employees. So absolutely, I get his side, you know what I'm saying? I know how to work with him, a lot of people don't. But that would happen, I quit. I just like, I can't do it no more. And you know, and something happened to let me to really put the stamp on it, but you know, it was just that time to go. But I end up headlining.
That's right, and that's what I say. It's never personal; it's business. That's the going phrase.
Yeah. So
we're gonna switch gears real quick. Who is your favorite rapper and singer, and why?
Shoot, favorite. Okay, let's start with singer.
Okay.
I got so many. But my favorite artist right now, I mean, my favorite artist always been Bilal. I'm a Bilal fan. I don't even know if people know about Bilal, man.
I know Bilal.
Yeah, people be sleeping on my boy, man. Bilal is, I enjoy, I could watch him all the time. I could watch Bilal. He's dope. I'm right now, man, I'm feeling Jasmine, man. Jasmine Sullivan.
Yes, that's my one.
But I've been feeling Jasmine Sullivan. I just wish that she could just, I wish we could have a real singer at the top of the game right now.
Yeah.
And so it was so good to see her at the, at the Super Bowl, but I just wish we could really have a singer like Whitney Houston. It was a singer.
Absolutely.
She was a singer. She wasn't all about this dancing and, you know, it's like she can sing. And I wish we could get a singer back at the top of the game when it comes to just singers, period. Like, I can't wait. I hope she can do it.
That Pick Up Your Feelings, listen, I love that song so much. When I first heard it, I was like, what? That song, I feel like she literally took a nap in my brain and wrote the lyrics out my head because I felt every note of that song.
That girl. And I said she amazing writer.
When I say I literally, that song touched me so much to the point where I had to call my mom and say, hey, pull this up and make sure you pull up the lyric version so you can see what she's saying. And she was like, okay,
yep.
But she went into it. I said, what you think? She was like, ooh, she was mad.
Her is a beast. I love her. Her is a beast. She's a musician. So I love people that like, that's my thing. I'm a musician. Like I'm on people like Chris Daddy Dave. I don't need people. You don't even know these folks. Like Chris Daddy Dave, he's a drummer. Dope. Robert Glasper.
I'm gonna say talk about it because you're a drummer, you sing. What else you do?
Like, but so when I listen to music, that's the type of music I be listening. I don't really listen to rap like that, you know.
But you don't have a favorite rapper though, just like when you just be chilling and it happen to come on.
I mean, of course, Andre 3000 is my favorite rapper of all time. I think really the greatest of all time. If I had a number one, Andre 3000 is my number one. Y'all can fight me. Y'all can do whatever y'all want. But I don't think nobody got Andre 3000 right now ever. He's the GOAT. He's above Tupac, Biggie.
Really? Above Tupac?
Yes.
Now that's the first time I ever heard that though.
Go listen to, and I'm talking about, if we're going to talk about rap and lyricists,
okay.
You know, he was like, Tupac is, when it comes to like feel and you know, of the music, yeah, but lyricist, Tupac was not a lyricist. And Tupac was not a lyricist.
I beg to differ on that because when he said first off, fuck you, bitch, and you click your claim, that's all I need.
Not a lyricist. That's just feeling.
Well, I guess that's all I need.
I'm not talking about lyricists. I'm talking about people that's using similes and metaphors and.
Don't get it. He's a dope writer. It's just the first time I ever heard someone compare to Tupac.
But go just listen to all like Tupac. He wrote great songs, but as a lyricist, he was not a lyricist. He's a poet. But when I'm talking about lyricist, somebody that can put words together and man, Andre is a beast at it. That boy be saying some things. You be like, what? Like if you go to battle raps, like he's on that type. That's the type of stuff I'm talking about, like word flow and metaphors, and similes and stuff like that. Okay. Tupac was not that. And people gonna probably get mad I said that, but just go do your research.
I mean, everybody gonna have their opinion, so it is what it is.
But like what you just said, that's not a lyricist to be.
Well, that's my lyrics. I'm look, when it comes to writing, I'm coming from my feelings, my whatever my emotions are.
Yeah.
So I just felt that in my soul, like he was real pissed, and I felt every piece of that.
I did. Yeah, it's straightforward, straight in your face.
That's it. I'm an Aquarius. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Like, we gonna,
But when you say something that say, I don't think Tupac ever had a lyric that made me be like, whoa. Like, did he?
No, I'll give you that.
Like, whoa, that was
me. I'll give you that.
Andre, you'd be like, this dude is stupid. Like, this wordplay is crazy.
Now, don't sleep on Big Boy either though.
Who?
Big Boy be getting down too now.
Oh, yeah, Big Boy, but he got Andre. We all know that.
I mean, I think they are the perfect like mesh because with the lyrics you got, like you said, with Andre, he gonna be real melodic with it, but Big Boy, like Aquarius do, just gonna be like, hey nigga, this is what it is.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, those my but like I said, I'm a jazz person, I'm a music person, so my art is they're musically inclined, like it's Now
speaking of that, what instruments do you play other than the drums?
Drums is my main, but I can play bass, I can play keys. Okay. That's about it. My dad's a bass player, so I could pick up a bass and play, and then keys, the music that y'all hear when I do my songs, usually I tracked it. I put that. I tracked it, I the vocals and all that.
She plays the piano and reads, but that's one of her dreams. She's like, I always want to learn how to play the bass. I was like, well, take some classes.
Yeah. So, but I thought I was gonna be. Actually, I thought I was gonna be a traveling drummer at first. I thought I was gonna just play drum because that's what I did in college. I just played, But comedy just wasn't forced. It was not forced. It was just like, okay, I can do this. All right.
I mean, what better job to have than to get paid for being yourself?
Yeah. It's crazy that you got to grow into that, though.
Yeah.
Like, you start off being yourself, and then people keep, like, when you're being yourself, people, you got to find your voice. And I'm like, you already got your voice. You already got your voice. So now you, as a comedian, you're like, man, what's my voice? And so you just, but it's hard to get. Sometimes you start off like that, and then you meet these other comedians, and then you're like, oh shoot, I don't know who I am. So really, it'd be the older comedians with the find your voice. I just believe your voice is you.
Yeah,
you ain't got to find it. It's you and what you want to talk about. Now it may start off hacky, it may start off, but I think you get hacky when you trying to now. I got to create these jokes instead of just talking about what you see and what you like and whatever. Start off. I tell any comedian, start off that way. Start off with your point of views and all that, and you'll go far. But then you start just want to make people laugh, and you get on there talking about farting and breath stink just to get a laugh. It's like, that's not really, I mean, everybody can talk about that, but what can you talk about that makes you different?
Right.
Yeah. So.
Now, what are some words of wisdom you would give any upcoming entertainer or entrepreneur?
Do you? I already said it. Flow, not force. Like, like, put the Instagram down. I ain't gonna say put it down, but don't. You can listen to other people's advice and listen to how they got stuff done. But I think I don't like the people that have this one way to do things. Entrepreneur, you don't like your job, quit. You know, you're 9 to 5. You got a 9 to 5. You're just average. Why would you give all those people your time? Blah blah blah. I'm like, come on, man. You know, so if you're trying to get into anything, just do you. Like, stay there, have fun, enjoy it, and if you can stay in that moment in that place where it's fun and it's just flowing, you're going to be successful. When you start getting frustrated, that means you're forcing it and you're trying to do something, you're trying to make it happen, and instead of just trying to enjoy it, because it's going to come. Now, I do believe you got to put the work in. Oh, yeah. You got to put the work in, but when the work is forced, I'm telling you, you're going to get frustrated and you may quit. Yeah. You may give up, you know, so find that groove, find that flow, and work in that flow. Put all your energy in the flow. And, yeah.
Now name one entrepreneur you admire.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, man. I really I like what Kevin Hart has done. Okay. You know, I really appreciate the fact that he has put more, and Kevin Hart, he's put, to me, for stand-up comedy, people know what I'm saying, for the actual art of stand-up, he's put more money in comedians' pocket than any other comedian that you can name. Now, Eddie Murphy put people in movies, but as far as the art of stand-up, Kevin Hart has put more money in comedians' pocket than any comedian that you can ever name. That's right, and that's gonna marry that little round.
He's the first that's ever done it too, like to comedy, but the first that's ever done it to that level that I know of,
and purposely did it. Like, yeah, I'm doing this so I can put more comedians on. He got the Sirius XM. Like, I get paid off of Sirius XM. He don't have to do that. You know, he had his LOL when he was paying those comedians to do all that. And now I think you have his influence going into the Tiffany Haddish. We got to pay respect to Tiffany Haddish. Now, from my point, from what I'm hearing is those two things they ready were supposed to be her specials. Mm-hmm. But she decided, she said, I want to take this and I'm gonna spread that money across the board, and she paid them folks. Yeah, she paid them. She didn't have to do that.
I watched it. It was dope.
She didn't have to. She could have did her specials and make all the millions and be like, bump everybody. Right. Like, I'm good. Like, I'm gonna take my money and I'm gonna throw them some. You gotta respect those folks. So
you're blessed to be a blessing, because at the end of the day, when you can make millions, all the millions and thousands in the world, but if you ain't got nobody to share it with, to kick it with, pointless. Because it's like, okay, you sitting there in your mansion and on the hills, but no one likes you. So what good does it do?
Yeah, for her to go back and get Barbara Carlisle, come on, man, that was tear jerking. Barbara Carlisle been in since for 40 some years. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if that's the biggest check she ever had, but I know they got paid.
I know she happy about it though. I know that.
They got paid. Yeah, that was a nice check for those comedians that probably never had a check that large in their life, you know, to do stand-up
like that. Do they get residuals off those deals, or do they just get that one check?
I'm not sure. Hopefully, you know, there's if they were smart, they'll do the residual. I mean, of course, it's probably the way, you know, they probably gave them 2 packages. I don't know how they do it, because, you know, sometimes they give you everything up front, or you'll take a pay cut, but you got residual. You know, I think your boy did that with Lion King. I think it was Lion King.
Oh, yeah, Jason Weaver.
Jason Lee, he talks about how they wanted to give him one check and be done with it, but he decided, nah, don't give me that, cut that, and just give me my residuals. And he ended up making way more on the residual.
Listen, I know that's right. If I ever get into a movie, well, I ain't gonna say when I get into a movie, matter of fact, the one written by Alton Walker, I want my residual check. So
yeah, some people see that one lump sum and be like, "No, give me my lump, man." My man.
Depends on how you look at business, because like it depends on it. Like, I might take one lump sum and depending on the situation, but the only reason I would do that is because I know how to flip that one into something else. So it
depends. Like I say, it depends on the movie. Because like, if you think about it, Precious, Precious, hopefully you did a residual. Hopefully you didn't do a residual. I ain't gonna talk about what I'm talking about, but hopefully you did a residual. You know, because it ended up being you got an Oscar for the movie. Yeah, you know.
Now, you know what movie gonna hit too, though. So I mean, I can see how somebody can be like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
I don't care what you listen. If you in a movie, if you on a song, look at your residuals.
No, you right.
I don't care how you make it happen. Get your
Yeah.
residuals. Like, just get it. That money's there for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you get residuals? Look and ask the question about it. But see, that's the business stuff that people don't, realize, and they get over on comedians and entertainers that don't know.
Yeah.
And they be like, I give you this lump sum, and nah, give me them residuals, man. What that? Because I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what this movie gonna do. I don't know what this song gonna do.
Right.
But just in case.
That's right. Because I'm always, I love unexpected income in the mailbox here and there.
Yeah. So. Think about whoever made Old Town Road Track.
Right. Who would have ever thought?
And I think he went back and took care of him, but just think about it. Like, you gave this man this track and he put it on SoundCloud. You thought it wasn't gonna be nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You should have got no residuals and made sure that junk was in the paperwork. And I think he said he went back and took care of him, though. I think he said that, took care of the producer.
He better. All that money he done made off that song.
Hopefully he did. So.
Well, we are moving on to our celebrity crushes. We're doing Kiss or Diss. So name the celebrity crush, and then you decide who you kissing, who you dissing. All right. Janet Jackson or J-Lo? Who you kissing, who you dissing?
Janet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rihanna or Sierra? Who you kissing, who you dissing?
Rihanna. Definitely Rihanna. Okay. Rihanna just does something to me, man. I don't know why she do it to me.
Well, probably got that bag.
Rihanna, but I think it's just her personality. I just like it.
Okay. Maxine Waters or Mary McLeod Bethune? Who you kissing or who you dissing?
Mary McLeod Bethune.
Okay. All right. All right, now we are moving on to our D.A.Q. That's our dumbass questions. Just random questions I want answers to.
Maxine Waters or Mary McLeod Bethune?
I had to get you now.
Oh man, what in the world?
And you said it confidently too, Mary McLeod Bethune. Okay.
You girl crazy.
All right, my first D.A.Q. Okay. If you could be a superhero, what would your superhero name be and what would be your powers?
Oh. I asked me that question before. Oh, shoot. What would be my superhero power? If I could be a superhero, what my name would be and what would be my power? I don't think I would want to be. I don't know if I don't want to be no superhero though.
Why?
I just wouldn't want that responsibility.
Okay. Well, yes, you could be the don't force
no responsibility hero.
The don't force it. Like what you do? Nothing.
Do what I want, superhero. Do what I want, superhero power. That's what I want. With no cancellation, no council culture. I do what the hell I want to do. No pressure. No, nobody cares. Nah, I'm to do what I want to do, man. That's the powers I want right now.
All right.
What I want to say.
If you could roundhouse kick anyone in your past that you know personally with no consequences, who would it be?
Oh man, I ain't got nobody. I don't really have nobody that I would like to run that I know personally.
From your past. It don't got to be somebody recent, so you got to be put out.
I don't have nobody. That's the crazy thing.
You love everybody?
Right now, I have nobody that I'm so angry that I want to kick.
You said right now. I said in your past.
I guess nobody ever got me.
No teachers, nobody. Oh, ain't you just living a blessed life? I got a couple niggas I want a roundhouse.
I just can't think of nobody that I'd be like, man, they did me so wrong. I mean, because I'm trying to go back to that moment, but it's like I needed them to do that.
Okay, that don't mean you wanted them to do it though.
But you needed them.
Maybe
whoever did whatever to you, you probably wouldn't be where you are today if they didn't do it.
I don't know about that, but,
you wouldn't. The breakup.
There's a blessing in every lesson. I'll give you that.
What I'm saying is like, whether it was a job that let you go, a breakup, or whatever, it's like those moments push you to do something else that got you where you are now.
Okay, that's true.
So
I still want a roundhouse though. I
mean, I know it's something. I personally ain't got nobody that I could think that, because if it was, they would have came up just like that.
Okay.
And I don't have nobody like that. So like you said, no, I know. Nobody comes up in my like,
you are willing. Your forgiveness spirit is that great.
I ain't gonna say it's that great.
Okay.
I ain't gonna never say that because you know
enough where you don't remember whatever they did.
I mean, and some people did some stuff. You know, okay. I can't stay on this. But
well, I didn't even tell you that you had to tell me what they did. You just had to say who the hell they was.
I can't even say that. Like, shoot, I couldn't even say.
All right. So, if you had to remix the theme song of Family Matters to a trap song, how would it go?
The Family Matters.
Mm-hmm.
How that song even go?
You remember Family? It's a rare condition this day and age. That's all.
There's a lot of lyrics in that though.
I said if you had to remix it to a trap song, how would it go?
I had to pull up the doggone. I had to put up the lyrics to figure that out. Cause that ain't as days go by.
That's it.
Bigger than the family.
All you're gonna do is add some drum kicks to it and be like, all right, that's the remix.
Right. And we're gonna pull these lyrics up. Family Matters lyrics.
You're supposed to know that deep down in your soul if you ever.
I don't know that theme song lyrics. I mean, I don't know the theme song lyrics like that. Let me see what them lyrics go like.
Shoot, I know them by heart.
I go again.
It's a rare condition this day and age to hear any good news on a newspaper page.
Dude. No. You forgot. Look at
part though. I know the runs. The grand design.
It's a rare condition this day and age to read the good news on a newspaper page. Yep. Love and tradition of a grand design. Some people say it's even harder to find. What the hell is he talking about?
Huh?
What is he talking about?
I don't know.
This is a dumb theme song.
Well,
what does it have to do with the show?
Mm-hmm.
This has.
You know what? I just came up with an idea.
This just made me mad. I'm so mad you made me come. Listen to the lyrics. This has nothing to do with Urkel.
First of all, Urkel wasn't part of the show at first, remember?
But still, it's a rare condition this day age to read any good news on a newspaper page. Mm-hmm. Love and tradition of a grand design. Some people say it's even hard to find. Mm-hmm. Well, then there must be some magic clues inside these gentle walls. Because all I see is a tower of dreams, real love bursting out of every scene. Mm-hmm. As days go by,
that's right.
We're going to fill our house with happiness. The moon may cry. We're going to smoother the blues. This is stuff.
You know what I think it is? I think it's like their smooth version of the Good Times theme song.
This ain't even close.
No. Hear me out. What I'm saying is, Good Times was talking about how they were struggling or whatever like that. So they just finessed that concept and was like, we ain't struggling. We ain't always happy. But you know what I'm saying? We just going to love our family and be like, yeah.
But they said it. Good Time was right there. Think about all the great theme songs. They're in your face. Mm-hmm. Good Time. Anytime you need to pay. Like in the Fresh Prince. And Restful of Death. They're talking about the show.
Right.
We are living single. Ooh.
Well, you know what? I just came up with a brilliant idea.
This song even got Family Matters in it. They say matters. At least they should have said the family in there.
Well,
he don't even say family.
We said they gonna love their family or something.
It's the bigger love of the family.
The family part because family matters. All right. I
Realize how horrible that theme song is. Dude trying to be so deep and poetic. Man, I'm so mad we even let that go and nobody even talked about it.
You know what? I just came up with a genius idea I think we should do. We should do a show on dissecting the theme songs.
That was right there. It was horrible. I'm mad you even brought that up because now every time I listen, what magic clues? This fool said, well, there must be some magic clues inside these gender walls.
I thought he said glue, so it's clue? What the clue got to do with it?
I said clues. There must be some magic clue inside these gender walls. What magic clue?
Did you hit the note though? Inside.
Because all I see is a Tower of Dreams.
Uh-huh. What's this face?
What this got to do with Carl? What this got to do with Urkel and Laura?
None
and
of
what this got to do with them? Nothing. Waldo. It's nothing in this song that says fat.
Okay.
Good news on a newspaper page.
So now what's the worst name you could give a church?
The worst thing I can give a church. Shoot, man. These are crazy questions.
Questions.
Jesus Pooted Ministry. I don't know. People don't know Jesus Pooted, man. You realize
yes, he did. He had gas. That's right.
I go to that church because it makes you realize how real Jesus was. When you realize Jesus pooted, like think about that joint. If Jesus supposed to be God, all power, and he left that to come down here to poot and boo boo and well, I would have, man, no.
Oh, God. Okay.
They ain't got a boo boo.
First of all,
they don't talk about that in the Bible. They don't never say like that, like Jesus.
Jesus Pooted Ministries.
Yeah, that's how he got the wind to stop. He broke wind.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, we are moving on to what grinds my gangster. So name one of your pet peeves.
One of my pet peeves. What are one of my pet peeves? I don't like hypocrisy.
Okay.
That's one. Just be you. Like I think it's okay just to be you and your flaws and whatever. I don't think you have to show people that you perfect. So I don't like people, even in Atlanta. You know, it's a lot of these entrepreneurs, the people that saying they got money and they really broke. They really broke, and they trying to live a lifestyle to show y'all that I'm doing. They broke, man. I know them. They are broke, but they on Instagram, Facebook, and I'm like, you know, you'll help more people out if you would share like where you at now, as far as like what you. Because if you're building, you're building. But Atlanta got this thing that you know I gotta look like I'm doing great. I guess people think I'm like you. I don't know, but it's horrible.
Yeah,
I hate that. These folks broke.
What grinds my gloss is people that take my food without asking.
People take your food without asking.
Yeah, like I mean, I don't mind sharing, but like this. Let's say if I got
Who did that? You talking about your house?
Yeah. Like if I got some chips or something and I put them down, didn't nobody tell you to go in there and dig in my bag and get no chips? Ask me before you dig in my chips.
The dude shot somebody on some pork chop. Yeah, you see that article?
Listen, I ain't condoning violence, but I feel you though. Like, cause he should have asked him, "Can I have a piece of the pork chop, bro?"
Yeah, they shot somebody on some pork chop now. She sure did. Got him.
He can learn today.
So did. I don't like men who whisper in my ear.
Why is a man whispering in your ear in the first place?
It's the dude that used to be hot too. I don't like that.
How you play it off like without making them feel bad? Like, get off me. Like, what you do?
We was talking.
You need to stop, right? He was like, hey, let me tell you something. First of all, don't be that close to me.
Especially now.
COVID, my nigga. You're like, move.
I can't stand these folks who wear their masks like this.
Thank you.
Now, you do that? So you can sniff Corona, but you don't want to taste it. Put the mask all the way on. You know, I posted a video. I went to Food Depot.
Yeah.
And you got to go look at the video. White folks ain't wearing their masks. All black folks in there was in there with their mask on. White folks was just walking out and around there, just in the Food Depot. And this is the place where you should wear masks. There's food in here.
You know what? I saw a video the other day where they was talking about how they're trying to kill off 1 billion black folks, and they're gonna start in Africa. And I'm not even lying. Like, it's the dude is talking about, hey, we're gonna start with vaccines or whatever. Now, I don't know if they started or not, but they legit, it's documented that dude was saying they're trying to kill all black folks, and they're gonna start with the vaccines. That's why I'm like, I ain't here.
I know I wouldn't take that thing. I saw folks who had ball, what's it called?
What?
Palsy, something palsy.
Oh, cerebral palsy.
Cerebral palsy with mouth going on.
No, I saw this one dude. Did you watch Ratchet People Meet, where they was asking him was he gonna take the shot? He was like, no, I'm not doing that, whatever. And they was trying to convince him, well, what if it's gonna help this? And they going through all these little roles. He was like, no, I'm not taking that vaccine because like the Tuskegee Airmen and all that stuff happened. Y'all try to kill us, but I'm not doing it. It was like, what if they say you're gonna get locked up if you don't take that vaccine? He was like, man, go on, give me the vaccine then, bro, because I ain't trying to get locked up.
Yeah, I ain't. That vaccine, I think they done though. I mean, I could be wrong because people really dying over this thing, man. But
yeah, they absolutely are.
Yeah, they got the vaccine. They made their money.
Yeah. Well, last but not least, before I let you get out of here, got to tell you about our game, SingADoo. It's a game we created, me and my homeboy DJ All-Star. It's a musical game. So what you're doing is you're singing the melody of the song on the card, but you can only use the word do.
Okay.
So I'm going to do a couple, and then I'm going to let you do a couple. All right, so
again, I gotta only use the word do.
I'm finna show you how to do it.
Okay.
I'm gonna do the first song, and then you have to guess what song I'm doing.
Gotcha.
All right, let's see. I'm gonna try to do ones that I know. I ain't gonna do that. Cause okay. Do 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 do. What's the name of the song?
Is it if it isn't love?
There we go. All right, next one. Oh, I'm taking it back. Do 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 do.
That sounds like 2 years ago, promise.
No, I can see why you said it. All right, let me see another part.
That's how you sung it.
Because it kind of do sound like that.
Hold on. Do. I don't know that.
I'm gonna do the hook. Do. Wait a minute, hold on. Hold on, I gotta get it. Come on.
Doodles ain't working.
Hold on, don't be hitting my doodle.
It's working now. You gotta get your so.
Do. Damn it, I can't get it because you throw me off. Hold on.
You gotta get that doodle right.
I'm just gonna change that doodle because you ain't gonna get that one.
Who was it?
Every woman needs her own Blackavelli. I couldn't get the doodles. All right, I'm gonna do one more. I'm gonna let you do some.
That's 1, 2.
There we go.
You got a Dre right there.
All right. So I'm gonna let you do them. So I'm gonna hold the card up, and you tell me when you're ready, and then I'll drop the card down, and I'll guess.
All right.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, I just pick any one?
Yeah, just pick whatever one, and then let me know, and then I'll drop the card down so I can guess.
All right.
Okay.
Do.
Waterfalls.
Yeah.
You got it?
Oh, I got it.
Okay.
Do.
Tell me what you want. You felt that in your soul, didn't you?
Hey, this is actually a hot game.
Well, you need to go get you one.
Yeah, hey, for like, What y'all gonna do with it?
What you mean? I'm already doing what I'm doing with it. We selling it. We sell out every time we get a meal. We sell out, and we get ready to start a game show. So you can be our first guest.
That's a dope game.
We're actually doing a business meeting today after this interview, and we're gonna talk about how we're gonna set up our game show. But yes, you need to pull on up to the game show. So you're a professional doer.
That's hot. That's hot.
If y'all are interested in SingADoo, you can get it at SingADoo.com. And Alton, thank you so much for your time. Please let them know how to find you again.
Alton Walker Show across the board, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that. Alton Walker Show.
All right, and that's been another episode of Kandid Kisses TV. Make sure you tune in every Monday, Thursday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes.
Kandid Kisses TV is sponsored by SingADoo. Did you do it today? SingADoo. SingADoo.
Can you do it? Can you do it? Can you do it?
Can you do it like this? Can you do it real quick?
Pew! Go get it! Go get it!
Pick a card up. Pick your genre. Can you do it right? You're gonna wanna, bruh. It's first to 21. We'll get the job done. So grab your friends and fam, cause it's a lot of fun. Some do it with some class, but make it real fast. Test time is kinda tricky. Can you do it in 60? Let's go. Get your copy today at SingADoo.com. Make sure you like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. And tune in every Monday and Thursday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you feel it in your heart, go ahead and donate. No dollar amount is too small. Kandid Kisses TV, baby. Not your typical interview, y'all. Wait, I can't forget. If you haven't already, check out artistperiod.com. Kandid Kisses TV has merchandise. Check us out on artistperiod.com. ARTISTPERIOD. Period.